Good morning. You are watching Smell the Coffee on this beautiful Wednesday morning. For a split second there, I had to remember, I was like, what day is it? Because it's that time of the year where people don't actually know what day it is or what date it is.
I was actually like, what day is today? Actually,
what day is it?
Tuesday?
Is it Wednesday? What day is it?
I mean, I'm also with you, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just waking up and just like, yeah.
Like, what?
Yes.
Huh? But nevertheless, just grab your cup of Joe, sit back, relax, and enjoy while we keep you up to date with the freshest news in the world of bizarre news and celebrity news. This is one of those shows where things are not so serious. We get to relax, take a seat back and just,
And it's good to have that. It's good to have that. It's good to relax a bit and, have a laugh.
Because there's so much...
have a WTF moment.
Exactly, because there's so much heaviness in the world already.
Yes.
So today I just want to talk about like Namibian service providers. I don't mean like the big companies, but I mean like, those Order With Me and have you ever...
We were talking about this, remember? Like
yes.
Last year, which was just last week.
Yeah.
We're having those corny jokes.
Oh, wow.
I saw you.
Have you ever had any...
I'm actually having issues with... I don't think I'm going to Order With Me anymore. Like, I don't order anything else but hair. So now I have like maybe 3 sets of wigs. I've been waiting for them for like the past 6 months.
Are you serious?
Plus, and one of them is plus more than 6
months.
Are
you serious?
Exactly. And there's a lot of money that I spent on this. And it's like, oh, Namra, what? They're being held. Where? It's really exhausting. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should go back to, having things in stock. That was a thing at some point.
Or having like an Amazon, man. Amazon,
or an Amazon, yeah. I hear it's going to South Africa, so, we might start ordering and
hopefully.
then, you DHL it or something to Namibia, you courier to Namibia. So I'm there. I'm just done. I'm not, after I get this batch, I'm never ever going to Order With Me.
I feel you. Again, with the issue of wigs, same issue with me. It's like you order, you pay because they tell you, no, you need to pay and whatnot.
You need to pay a certain percentage, 70% or something like that, right?
And then, this is not even like as heavy. Last year, I know I've said this before, but if you're just tuning in or like if this is your first time watching Smell the Coffee, last year for my birthday, I ordered a cute birthday dress and birthday shoes because I'm like, because it's like a ritual. Every year I need to get a new dress and new shoes for my birthday. Yes. Yeah. So I order and I tell this girl, listen, my birthday is at the end of this month. Will I have my stuff? Yes, girl, totally. I'm like, are you sure? And then she said to me, you need to pay, was it 50%? Right? So I don't know, that part, like it went right over my head, so I just paid her the full amount.
Yeah, it's fine as well.
Worst mistake.
I'm the type to also do that because I don't want to be, the thing is here, oh, now you must still pay. I would rather pay you up front.
Yes.
The only reason I maybe retain some of the money is just because I don't really trust you.
Yeah, like you're giving dodgy vibes.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know, my birthday was in September. I ordered these things at the beginning of September. I got them in December.
And they'll tell you it takes like 2 weeks.
Apparently she got into hospital and then what. For like 2 months her phone was off. I could not reach her. And again, I had spent quite a bit of money. And it's like, at the end of the day, I need you and you need me, right? I need this thing and you're providing this thing and you need the money. That's why you are. But I don't understand where the attitude comes from. I don't understand where the lack of professionalism comes from.
And the keeping quiet.
Like just communicate.
Even, I get it like this. Order With Me has, a lot of logistics and things in place, moving parts. So things can go wrong and will go wrong. So instead of, going quiet, whatever, come out and tell me what's going on because I'm going to think that you are dodgy. You are stealing from me.
Exactly. Like I'm going to think you ran away with my money.
Yes, exactly.
And just communicate. Like, listen, I'm sorry, I apologize, certain things out of my control, you know, like maybe the things are being held by Namra or whatever it is. Communicate, don't just keep quiet, don't switch off your phone on me while I'm trying to reach you. Don't disappear from social media.
Because I will get worried. And so this is one of the things. I was actually considering going to the police at some point.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't hear.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a hold of you. You know what I mean?
Like, it's very, very, very dodgy. But nevertheless, be careful if you are ordering online or ordering with Order With Me. Just be prepared. I know some people have had great experiences. I unfortunately have not. And going into 2024, I am not going to be doing that anymore. Nevertheless, we'll be taking a quick ad break and returning with our top stories. I did say we love bringing you bizarre news on this show, so let's get right into it. Bride charges guests 1,200 Rand to attend a wedding reception. Weddings are expensive, therefore it is understandable that couples will try and cut costs where possible. This couple, however, was taking things a bit too far by asking their guests to pay to attend their wedding. A friend of the bride took to Reddit to share her disappointment after receiving her invitation. One of my closest friends is getting married and is charging her guests to attend the wedding. When you RSVP, you have three options. 1, I will attend the wedding and there's an envelope fee of $65. B, I will only attend the ceremony, and then C, I will not be able to attend. She admitted that she didn't know what the fee was intended for, so she Googled it. After Googling it, it says it includes food, music, decorations, and venue, so they literally want their guests to pay for decorations, she added. If the entry fee wasn't bad enough, there were other costs that had to come out of the guest's pocket as well. The evening before the wedding, they also have a dinner, which you need to pay for. If you want to sleep over at the venue, you need to pay about $100. This applies both for the night between the pre-dinner and wedding day and the night after the wedding. So that would be $200 in total.
$200, like round about what? Is it 4K? Five-ish there. Well, you know, we were talking about this the other day.
Not the other day, yesterday.
Literally yesterday. And then you were saying your sister would rather, go to court, sign the papers, and then the money that they're going to spend on the wedding, they travel.
Yes.
And we were like that. I support that.
Yeah.
I support that. But I don't know about this. Charging your guests.
My problem is, why are you having a wedding if you can't afford it?
Exactly.
Just go to the court, because most of the times when you force things, your guests can tell that, okay, yeah, there was no money here and people are just forcing things. So rather just have a court wedding. Let them speculate, no, they probably didn't have money. Just speculate.
And so the heck what if we didn't have money? You know what I'm saying? But rather we live within our means.
Exactly.
Then forcing things, we want, they're even forcing the guests to pay for decoration.
Like, why? Like, again, it goes back to what I was saying. If there is no money, don't have the wedding. Because at the end of the day, you can spend $5 million on your wedding. People will still find something bad to say. They'll still be like, yeah, but the food came late. Or, no, but did you see her dress? Her dress was so ugly. What do you want? Something will always be off.
I hear you, girl. Now, on the topic of marriage, you know what I mean? On weddings, there's a difference between a wedding and a marriage. And I think people don't get that.
I always say it's our marriage, but it's my wedding.
Very true, very true. Now, on a very, I don't want to say controversial, but you know, I don't think it's a popular opinion. Cameron Diaz says we should normalize sleeping in separate bedrooms with your partner. I know. Okay. To me, the actor Cameron Diaz said, I have a strong opinion when it comes to sleeping with your partner. We should normalize separate bedrooms. To me, I would literally like, I have my house, you have yours. We have the family house in the middle. Diaz, who married the good Charlotte guitarist Benji Maiden in 2015, said on an episode of the podcast Lipstick on the Rim earlier this week. Now, I will go and sleep in my room, she told the host Molly Sims and MC Gormley. You go sleep in your room, I'm fine. And we have the bedroom in the middle that we can convene in for our relations, she added. Diaz says she held this belief before marrying Maiden. By the way, I don't feel that way now because my husband is so wonderful, she said. I said that before I got married. Those were her beliefs before she got married. Now, apparently there is a survey done on this type of arrangement, and apparently it's more common than we think.
Honestly speaking,
it's more common than we think, whether you guys are sharing the same house or you have two separate houses and then...
Hear me out though.
Yes.
Cameron is onto something.
She's onto something.
Hear me out. Okay, maybe not, we convene for relations and then we go to our separate rooms. No.
Yeah.
But I believe that I should have my own room, he should have his own room, and we have our shared bedroom, right? So my room, I can decorate it however I want. Our room, I can also decorate it however I want. Your room
is your
man cave. Man cave. I know myself. I'll be nosy. I'll be like, so what you got in there? What you doing?
Right in there?
What you doing? You know?
Yeah.
But like,
you leave him be.
You leave him be. You let him have his own space, because we're talking about it again the other day and saying, like, what if sometimes you just want to cry, and there's a stranger in your bed who's just looking at you.
There's
like,
a whole grown man breathing, snoring.
You know, like sometimes you just need your space.
And I think the one issue, not the one issue, but I would say my issue with traditional marriages is that people get lost in it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You lose yourself.
You lose your sense of individuality, who you were as a person.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that I'm against love and all that stuff and the arrangement of love, but we should have some sense of who I am before I entered
exactly
this. And he should also, I don't want him, of course you change and grow, but you know, to the core of who you were, you don't necessarily change because of the relationship, because you have those, you know, if I have to have my own bedroom or my own house.
Yeah, you're different. You want your own house and his house.
Yeah, even though I'll be 90% at his place, I will still have my place.
Yeah, that's my problem. My problem is when I'm in a relationship, I want to be under your skin. I want to be like, what are we doing? I want us to go to Home Affairs and like our passports, or on his ID, my picture is there as well. Like we take our ID pictures together. But in the last of our top stories, well, this doesn't come as a surprise, but Shakira has been honored with striking statue in Colombia. Shakira has just got herself a shiny new statue in her hometown of Barranquilla in Colombia. The 46-year-old Grammy winner shared the news on Instagram recently, and we're all here for it. So get this, Eno Marquez, the artist extraordinaire, worked his magic to create a bronze masterpiece that perfectly captures Shakira's legendary belly dance. Yep, that hip swiveling magic is now forever etched in bronze. Barranquilla, where it all began for Shakira, is now proudly showing off this epic statue. It's like a love letter to the city that she saw her rise to fame. Fans are flocking to check it out, soaking in the vibes of the singer's dynamic stage presence, frozen in time. Additionally, the Hips Don't Lie singer shared a snap of her parents and brothers with the mayor of Barranquilla.
This makes me feel like I'm not doing much, man. I'm
Bro.
not doing much, bro.
Like-
my hips don't lie. I love that
Yeah,
he captured it in that
if
way.
you had hips that didn't lie, you'd probably have a statue as well. But
Our
your hips
hips
lie.
do be lying.
Your hips do be lying. So
I know, but that's so beautiful though. Like, please, you know, when we are Hollywood stars, you know, when we are winning our Oscars, Namibia, remember this.
remember this. Like, I'm
You
gonna
know
be
what I'm
waiting for my statue. Like,
Exactly, remember this.
I actually had a deal with the editor of Allgemeine Zeitung, Frank, if you're watching, I remember this. Frank said to me, Dana, if you do something big, you will be on the front page of Allgemeine Zeitung. I'm like, you know what?
And also other, you know, newspaper outlets and magazines,
And a
etc.
statue.
And a
Most
statue.
importantly.
Yeah, I just want a statue. I don't even want
A statue.
A statue. That's
Because
all I
you
want.
know what, a newspaper article, you can print it and display it in your house, cute,
Exactly.
but a statue,
Everybody will know. Everybody will know.
please.
Tourists will come to Namibia and they will know.
And
of
they will
Glenora.
know. You know what I'm saying? But that does bring us to the end of our top stories. We'll be back with an interesting interview right after this break.
Now, I believe that Namibians are doing the things that must be done. Our next guest is Etuna Amutse, the author of Silencing the Victim Within. She's joining us all the way from London. Good morning, Etuna.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you here on Smell the Coffee. It seems like you're doing big things, man. I mean, you are an author. I mean, do you just pinch yourself?
Yes, like, oh my goodness, did this just happen? Everything is just happening way too fast. To be honest, I didn't plan any of this.
Well, can you briefly tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm sure most people don't know who you
Yeah.
are and your journey. I mean, earlier on, you did mention that you are not even a writer. This is not a profession that you were, you know, looking at. And now you find yourself
Yeah.
an author, which is a big deal.
Yes, so basically, okay, my name is Etuna Amutse. I'm a 38-year-old mother of 2 teenagers. I was born in Zambia. I was raised in Namibia, and currently I'm in the United Kingdom. And yeah, I wrote the book Silencing the Victim Within.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And also a very powerful label that you gave the book. What inspired that?
You know, the book basically just talks about the inner struggles that we have. Things such as defensiveness, pride, ego, you know, anger issues. These are things that we deal with on a daily basis, and these are inner struggles, right? And it's like these struggles keep us captive, and if we don't do something about them, they will continue to just hold us back. So that's where the whole title comes in, Silencing the Victim Within. So it's about finding ways on how to navigate these issues.
Wow. And I think a lot of people also struggle with that. I know I struggle with being called out. If somebody tells me, yo, Glenora, this and this, I will be like, no, that's not true. And it's a common struggle for a lot of people. What are the key
Yes.
messages that you hope that people can take away from the book?
I want people to first of all acknowledge that they do have a problem, and I think we tend to normalize some of these things and its dysfunctions, you know. And but then the thing is, it's all about recognizing that we have a problem, and then we have to want to change. We will have to want to take that step towards healing, towards taking that journey towards healing, and really like work on these areas. And I'm a born again Christian, so I believe in following biblical principles and examples. So I'm also, you know, using a lot of biblical insight and scriptures and stuff, because I do believe that these issues, you can't really overcome them without, you know, God in the picture. Yeah.
Okay, on that note, I actually want to know how you came about creating this book, because you did say you are not necessarily an author, you are not a writer, but you find yourself having written this book.
Yes, I found myself in a situation where these patterns kept coming back, and I thought, being, born again and everything, that a person wasn't going to struggle with any of these issues anymore. But then I was wrong. I found myself in a situation where I was, getting very defensive and angry, and everything was just offending me. And then, usually, even when I was, before I became born again, I would lash out when I'm not happy with something. I have to have the final say. And usually, the words that would come out of my mouth were not pleasant. So I didn't want to go back to that space. So then I just took it to God, and I was like, okay, God, I can see that these issues are coming back, and can you help me? I'm struggling. And that's how he just led me to put it on paper. Like, okay, Etuna, you need to put this on paper. Many other people need to hear this. Many people struggle with these issues. They think they are the only ones that are dealing with these issues. And to be fair, a lot of people just made it such a normal thing that they don't really bother much about it until someone actually puts it out there, and you're like, oh goodness, oh, I actually do have a problem and I need to work on it.
I totally agree, which connects me into your next question. How do you envision readers, to connect to this book? Is it on a personal level or societal level? What was your aim with this?
Yes, I share a lot of my personal experiences. Like I said, these are struggles that I'm even still facing till now, but it's just that obviously I found a way on how to navigate the issues, and I know how to handle them better. So it's very personal, a lot. I'm literally putting my everything out there. But then I wanted to put people in a space where they could relate, because like you said earlier, you can also see yourself in that space, because the offense and stuff, and it's normal. We all deal with these issues, but then the issue comes in, how do we handle them? So it's very important to acknowledge and then know how to handle these issues.
No, that's
So
great.
it's very personal.
Yeah, no, that's really commendable. And like you said, that the way you wrote this book, you wrote it from a personal point of view, and I'm guessing that you're very vulnerable in the book. How was that in terms of, putting it out there? Like, hey, I'm going to be very vulnerable in this book. And of course, that helps readers connect, but there's also an element of, I'm also scared,
Yeah, 100%. So it wasn't easy, because the thing is, I had to relive a lot of those moments. I had to go back to my childhood. I had to, you know, go back into that space of where it all started. And yeah, that wasn't easy, right? And then also how to put it on paper, how to put all these emotions on paper, that wasn't easy as well. But then, like I said, God is the one that led me to write the book. So that made it a little bit easier, because every time where I find myself like, okay, this is not really something that I want to put out there, but then he would encourage me and be like, this is beyond me. It's not about me. It's about helping people find the healing that they need. So I just needed to be bold enough and be the one to put it on paper, so that people can just find their healing and start their journey towards healing and transformation.
Absolutely.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Good evening and welcome to Sunset News.
Dutchman stays in his speech, rate in Texas, and how much.
After the break, we take a look at the sports.
We bring you
Economic indicators, tomorrow's weather and sports. I am Aina Raiza Kweyong.
Lovely. So that is it for today's episode of Smell the Coffee. You can catch us again tomorrow, same time, same place. We are very jealous that most of you are in bed enjoying. But hey, if we don't bring you the freshest news, who will? On that note, from Diana Master and Glenera Shapura, it's all our love, all our light, and adios.